Well, good morning. I got up and took a shower this morning. Had hot water finally, and now we're gonna head to get something to eat. We are short on breakfast items, so gotta go to Walmart today and pick up some groceries. And oh, we also need to get a gray water tote because our 20-gallon tank is full and it had filled backed up into our shower. So, quick tip: if you're kind of new to the RV/overland game and you have a small trailer, is to make sure that first thing you do if you leave is turn off any space heaters and unplug them. Turn off any propane and turn off any water. This will save you some heartache in the long run. Oh, and make sure to lock your doors. Although it's funny, in our case, we have the canvas top, so it's velcroed in. So all anyone has to do is just rip it down and crawl in. But I guess it's the thought that counts. Well, the sidewalks are definitely not stroller friendly, are they? Maybe on the other side. Well, we went and got this Rhino tank, the 28-gallon. I wanted a 21-gallon, but this thing's almost full. This is supposed to be a 20-gallon holding tank, but it's oh, here we go. Here's some Blue Angels. I don't know if you can see them up there or not. Blue Angels are they're stationed here in Pensacola, so they're always out here flying around. But yeah, so this thing, it's at a bit of a incline, bit of a downward incline. So I mean, the level's probably like this, but I'm glad I got the 28-gallon because I don't know if you can see in there, but the tank is almost full. See the armadillo? All right, you gotta touch it. Oh, see, it's gonna trick you. It's gonna stay way out there, and then you go out to touch it, and it. There we go. See?
Oh, I didn't touch it. Wow, the water is so clear.
Yeah.
It's good.
Here it comes.
I keep missing it.
Now keep in mind, he's leaning forward. There you go. You got it, and your shoes got it.
Oh, crud. Harrison. Look, it's a seashell.
Was it by the seashore?
It's a seashell.
Look behind you.
Ooh.
Thinks we have some food.
Can you see the bird?
Yeah.
He called it a bok bok.
The bird? Yeah, he thinks you got some food you're gonna give him. He's coming to check you out. He's saying, hey, what's going on? Oh, you know, not much. Woo!
There's a lot of dead crabs.
Yeah. There's a gun emplacement right over that berm. We're gonna head over there. So they look fairly small. Back over toward the water as you approach them. They definitely are not small. You all right? Your little ears are probably frozen off. But you won't keep a beanie on. There she is. It's got a serial number, so if you need to file a warranty claim, it's serial number 43. Harrison, look. What is that, Harrison? Look, look. Harrison, look over here. Look, hurry. Right.
I photobombed you.
These are pretty neat. Ooh, I don't know if I want to step on these. These iron here is kind of rotten. See, look at this. It goes boom. Oh, you gotta be careful. And this looks like it was an old observation tower, a concrete observation tower that it was probably starting to fail or rust. The structure was probably unsafe, so it looks like they cut it off at the top and then just set the observation tower down here on 100 bottle jacks apparently, which is very odd. We've got the bottle jacks in there now holding it up. And
So there's two of these. There's that one, and then there should be another one.
Yeah.
Like the way it's.
And they have to be so far apart. So it's basically intersection, two intersecting points. It's easy to plot on a map. So here's Fort Pickens. We're right here at Battery 234, and then we're staying right here. I think in the campground over here. So.
I bet there's no LT in this room.
Or there's
This is
a
the plotting,
corporal.
This is the plotting room.
Yeah, there had to be an officer there.
Not a lieutenant.
Yeah, probably.
It's a joke.
Oh.
Because they can't do land navs. They can't
Gotcha,
fly.
gotcha. Ah, yeah.
Is that funny, Harrison?
Yeah, that's funny. So this was taken recently.
Yeah.
So apparently in the last 10 years or so, this has come down.
Alright, which way are we going?
This way, we're going to start working back toward the...
The camper?
Yeah. So it's interesting how they have these all closed up, but like all the ones on Hickam and Pearl Harbor, they're just all wide open. Battery Cooper's rifles popped up, disappeared, and reappeared like a jack-in-the-box. The battery, built in 1906, had two 6-inch rifles mounted on disappearing carriages. When the guns were fired, the recoil automatically lowered them behind the concrete wall, which protected crews while they were reloading the guns. Counterweights returned them to the firing position during World War I. The U.S. Army removed the guns for possible use as railway guns in France. The gun you see here today came from the Smithsonian Institution. So you allowed to climb up on these?
Just be careful.
Okay. Well, this is actually taken care of. Most of the ones we see are not in this good a condition.
Yeah, this looks
It, yeah. Well, it's funny. I was telling her we're stationed in Hawaii, and there's a bunch of these batteries in Hickam and Pearl Harbor, but they're just wide open. You can walk into them and go all in, and every part of them, and they don't have any of it. Yeah. So you come here, all these are like boarded up and boxed up, and so I guess the Park Service is like the military. Right tool for the job.
What did they say?
I don't know.
Keeping the sand clean?
Yeah. Now I didn't see this on the brochure to become an MPS employee.
Here you go. This is punishment for him.
Wait, is he the one that drove in here?
No, yeah, we all did.
Uh-oh, I got reinforcements coming. So I thought I was done with forced rock marches when I got out of the military, but apparently that is not the case. All right. Home sweet home. It was starting to kind of dig in on me.
Yep.
His cheeks are like super red. Indiana's, that is. All right, buddy, you ready to get out? Was that a hard walk for you? You do all that heavy lifting. You know, one of the things that I think I've come to realize, you know, the van life thing is cool and all, but everywhere you go, you got to take your van with you, right? So if you're hooked up at a campsite, you know, you've got to unhook and go. And then every time you come back, if you're at a camp, if you're boondocking, it's not as big of a deal, right? But if you're staying at a campsite, and especially the national parks and the state parks, you know, you can get campsites for, you know, fairly cheap, you know, like $20 a night. So if you think about it, you know, that if you add that up over time, it's less than most rent. So it is feasible to stay at a lot of these state parks, national parks at like $20 a night. But you have to rehook up everything and disconnect, and then you have to make sure everything's secure, and it's just a whole to-do every time you want to move your vehicle in and out of the campsite. And if it's just you and you're by yourself, you may not be a big deal, but when you have a whole family, you know, there's just crap everywhere, and there's this out, toys out, and this out, and that out, and, you know, securing all that stuff and putting it all away is just such a hassle every time you want to leave a campsite or go anywhere, do anything. So the more I spend time in these campgrounds, you know, used to it was just tents or travel trailers and, you know, a couple of vans here or there, but now the Class C's, but really like the Sprinter vans, the van life builds, they're everywhere now. And I constantly see people hooking up, unhooking, cleaning everything up, getting everything just to go, you know, down the road to go to visit the fort, or to go to get something to eat, or to go to do whatever, you know. The more I see this, the more I realize, you know what, having a small trailer I think is better. Even though there are definitely drawbacks to a trailer, right? You know, you're super long, you know, the limits where you can go. But when you have this 19-footer like I have, it's short. Both the height of it is short and the length of it is short. I can go almost anywhere, and it pulls right behind the truck as if it was another, you know, anywhere you can take the truck, you can almost take that trailer, you know, sort of like a hairpin turn and like a drive-through, but you almost could take it through a drive-through. You know, it is a little wider than the truck itself, but not wider than the mirrors. So I think having a trailer, you can sit down and just go and not have to pack everything up and disconnect everything, is more beneficial than having the van where you have to take your whole house with you everywhere you go. Well, I appreciate you watching. We're going to be moving further west in the coming episodes, heading towards Dauphin Island, Alabama, and then on to New Orleans. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you feel like subscribing, there's a whole lot more content coming over the coming weeks and months. We'll also be doing some more trips coming up this summer. Right now we are currently in Hawaii, but we will be moving to North Carolina this summer, and we'll have a lot of trips down probably toward the Florida area, and then maybe even get up north toward the Maine, Canada area. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.